welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do the Creatures of the Night book tag, created by Katytastic. I will link her video in the down bar below, so check that out. And I've also watched a few other people do that video too, so I will link those videos down below as well. So as I was going through the creatures list, I was a bit disappointed that I haven't read a lot of these kind of books with these creatures in them. So to make up for it, for some of these creatures, I'm gonna mention movies that I've seen them in. Now before we begin, I think a change of appearance is in order. Now that I'm slightly more dressed for the occasion, the first category is Vampire, the Saga of Darren Shan by Darren Shan. This series is about a boy who sacrifices his life to save his best friend who was bitten by a vampire's pet spider. Now this vampire, Mr. Crepsley, turns Darren into a half-vampire in order for him to cure his friend. Now Darren has to leave behind everything he holds dear and start his journey in becoming a vampire's assistant. This is probably one of the best vampire series I have ever read, like really. Also, I only have this one copy, which is the 11th book, because the rest I either borrowed from a friend or I read at the library. This was the only one that I purchased. But A+, vampire series. So I realized that I've never read a book about werewolves, so this was really all I could think of. So in order to make up for my disappointing pick, I mean, it's a book about vampires. Werewolves is like a small part of it, you know? To make up for it, here's the movie. Wolf Boy is a Korean movie about a young girl who is sent to the countryside to live with her aunt because of her deteriorating health. There, she discovers a feral-looking boy and decides to tame him. This movie is one of the most heart-wrenching movies I've ever watched. If you watch this movie and come out of it feeling nothing, it's beyond my understanding. Next category was zombies. All I could think about was Ashes by Ilsa J. Bick. After the zap that killed half the population on Earth, some of them developed superpowers and some of them became more wild. I mean, they're not exactly zombies per se, but they're like unfeeling and they eat humans. I mean, isn't that what zombies are? The living dead. Okay, I get it. Fine, it's not zombies. Sorry for my shitty categorization. To make up for it, a zombie movie is Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies is like a reverse zombie apocalypse, where like you cure the zombies with love. What can get better than that? That's a pretty cool idea. Now for ghosts. For this category, I have to say Firefly Rain by Richard Dansky. So this book is about a guy who goes back to his hometown and things start going wrong. He gets into an accident, loses all his belongings, his car is stolen right from under his nose, and the fireflies that light up the night, they die when they get near his house. Something tells him that he's not leaving a second time. So this book, I really enjoyed. It had good pacing and really good horror elements in it, although I did get chills while reading it. But I mean, that's what makes a good horror novel, getting the chills, feeling like someone's looking at you, watching you at night. Next is Witch, Warlock, or Spellcaster. The book I chose fit into Spellcaster, so here it is. Star Dancer by Beth Webb. I'm gonna read a scripted summary that I wrote out right here. Okay. The druids have been warned of the evil to come, but the goddess has bestowed upon them a child, born during a shower of stars. Only the druids expected a boy. Tegan is our heroine. Her magic comes from dancing with an enchanted shawl. Dancing! And she needs to win the druids over so that she can save mankind. Brilliant spellcasting book. Yes, magic. Yes, beautiful. Now, my fellow friends, is the fairy or fae category. I was almost about to give up on this category, but I found this. The World of Fairies at the Dawn of Pixie Hollow. Now, this book by Disney is beautiful. I mean, I have nothing else to say. Look at the illustrations. It's beautiful. Look. It's freaking beautiful. I mean, really. I flipped through this book countless of times. And I have no idea where I got it from, but it was just in my house. So it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, now is Demons. I don't know why I'm doing that. It doesn't really look like they do that. They look like that. I chose The Boy Who Could See Demons by Carolyn Jess Cook. This book I talked about in my September wrap-up, I think. I didn't check before this. But here's a summary of a summary. Alex can see demons and they tell him to do bad things. Anya is a psychiatrist and she handles children with schizophrenia. Alex and Anya meet. So this was a really lovely book. It was really thought-provoking and like pretty ambiguous, so it's really all up to the reader's interpretation of whether you want to believe that demons do exist or if it's just childhood schizophrenia. Angels. Yeah, I had nothing for this. A movie mention though, I Frankenstein. The angels in there are pretty badass. I mean, they turn into gargoyles. Aliens. More Than This by Patrick Ness. Okay, again, shitty categorization by me, but I mean, hear me out, okay? I'm just talking about the helmet guy. I mean, how's he the only guy awake in the entire universe? Phew. You think about that? Who chose him to be the helmet guy? Yeah, so to make up for this, I recommend The World's End, because that is sci-fi plus apocalyptic plus comedy. You don't want to miss out on The World's End, and if you have watched The World's End, please let me know in the comments below. I would really like to talk about it because I really enjoyed that movie. Now my friends, we have reached the Superpowered Humans. For Superpowered Humans, this was the only category that I had trouble choosing a book, so I've decided to go with 2 books. So these 2 books are like my favorite Superpowered Human books, and it's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs and Carrie by Stephen King. When we talk about these books, I mean, they're humans with superpowers, and they're both awesome, and they're both kind of dark. So I really like these 2 books. This is probably my favorite category, seeing as I had trouble picking a book. I mean, such a disappointing book list, really. So that's it, that's the tag. I don't celebrate Halloween here in Malaysia, but I do like the idea of it, hence the video right now, hence the makeup, hence actually making an effort to try to put on some dark looking makeup. Comment below about what you think about my makeup. Is it dark enough for you? Is it dark enough for Halloween? Can I go as a, I don't know, the way I'm looking at it, it's a preppy high school witch. My inspiration. I would like to tag IvAnBooks, CityofYABooks, and AlwaysBookish. I'm gonna tag you guys in this book tag, and I hope that you will do it as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. This series is about a boy who's sacrificed. You can hear the hammer. Finish this book. I keep making empty promises. I'm sorry, but I know I can't do anything about it, so I won't read this.